Howdy, howdy, howdy. Bob is back. Another one of our continuing Thursday night interviews. And tonight, before we get started, though, I want to do one quick thing. This is what I do from now on before I start with an interview, is remind everybody, if you're interested in what happened back in the 2000s with the different motorcycle clubs in Ontario and the arrival of the red and white moved into Ontario and all that stuff, I was in one of those clubs. I wrote a book about my time in the motorcycle world. The names are changed for obvious reasons, but the story's there. One night at the Playpen, contact me on any social media messaging place. I'll find it and I'll respond to you and I'll tell you how to pay for it and I'll get the book in the mail. Or you can find it on Amazon. One night at the Playpen. Put that right in the search bar. Howdy, Ghost Eagle. Good to see you, brother. All right, so I better invite our guest up and introduce our guest to you guys. So tonight we're going to talk to John, and John has just opened a nice new chapter of a riding club called the Canadian Motorcycle Cruisers, and he's in northern New Brunswick. So let's say hi to John and find out about this club. Hi, John. How are you, bro?
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Thanks for inviting me, Bob.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on. So we got some people in the chat already, which is nice to see. I'm going to turn the chat on so it comes on the screen. And I'll say hi real quick to these guys. We got Ghost Eagle Guardian from America. We got Dave. I don't know exactly where Dave's from, but hi, Dave. Thanks for coming in. And Ghost Eagle said hi to you too, John. So if there's any questions comes in the chat, I'll kind of pause it and shoot the question at you, right?
Sure.
And Kurt Mabit, how are you, Kurt? And Kurt says hi to you too, John. So good. Oh shit, we got lots coming in, bro. And we got Frank made it. Good to see you, Frank. Always a pleasure to see you. And we got John Connor. Hi, John. Thanks for joining us, bro. And Kurt, you have been away for a while. Thanks for coming back, bro. I'm glad to see you, man. Anytime you guys see me live, jump in the chat. I love to talk to you guys. You're really what makes my show. Aside from my guest, the chat is very important to me. So, how long you been riding?
Oh, I grew up on a motorcycle, and then I stopped riding for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Life got in the way.
As it does, wife, kids, mortgages.
Exactly. 3 marriages later.
You didn't win the first time, eh? I just one walk down that arm. I said, okay, didn't work. I learned my lesson.
But no, then I started riding again about on and off about 10 years ago. I parked my bike for a while, long enough that it seized up. So to grab something else quick, I decided to go to Port Dover this year.
Yeah.
And so I grabbed another bike quick, just for a few $1,000. And then I jumped on that and I went to Port Dover and I came back and then I decided to fix it up a little bit. And that's where I'm at with that. Now, other than that, I haven't done too much as I plan on doing now in the future. I'm going to have more time to be able to do this now. But yeah, that's basically my how much I.
Well, that ain't bad. So you got one of your people in the chat. I just wanted to say that real quick. You got a man named Corey. Greetings from CMC 093 Nakiwik.
Yeah, this is the only other club that is active in New Brunswick. We have another one in Rishi-Buktu, but they haven't been active for years. Like I joined them 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I never received an invite from them the whole time. Oh. So yeah, and well, actually, nobody. They basically went dormant. They got out of it, and they just got away from it and never bothered anymore. So that's why I decided to open this club up here. Yeah.
Okay. So give me one sec. Kurt, is it still choppy? Because from my end, it's smooth as silk. How about from your end, John? Is it choppy all on your end?
No, it's okay here.
Okay, and same. It might be on your end, Kurt. Just saying, because it's smooth here. I just look through see if any of I got a million tabs open, but nothing's running. They're open just for holders for spots. He said he's still choppy. Okay, well we'll see if it smooths out for you, bro. But like I say, from what I see on my end, oh John Connor says it's choppy on his too.
Oh.
Yours choppy too, John Connor, yeah?
I can clear here.
And Dirt Biker says it's choppy there. Well, this ain't cool. If they're all choppy, I'm gonna start closing a few tabs just to see if I can clear it up for you guys. It's no fun watching a choppy video. You know what I mean? I know that as much as anyone.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'll just close up some tabs and ask these guys how it's going. No, I appreciate knowing you guys because I'd rather know than not know. I thank you guys for letting me know, man. Don't ever be sorry for telling me stuff. Lou says hers is choppy too. What the fuck? I don't have anything running up here. Okay, I just closed everything in the world that I don't need open. I hope it's getting any better. Lulu says hers is bad. John Connor says his is bad. And it all looks fucking good from my end. And there's no other settings I can change, I don't think. I don't want to turn those off and on again. We'll see how it goes. You guys let me know if it's like really, really bad. Maybe the worst case scenario is I'll stop it and restart it and see what happens. Because other than that, like I say, on this end, and even my voice is moving, like my lips are moving with what I'm saying on my screen.
Yeah.
Way better. Oh, Kurt says it's way better. Okay, so maybe I had a bunch of YouTubes open. Maybe one of them was running a video. Kurt says it's choppy again. I don't know what the fuck's going on, Kurt. We're gonna try to push through it. If it's too bad, I'll shut it down, guys, and I'll bring it back. And because we're all sitting here, so it'll just be click, 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 and away we go again if we have to reset the whole damn thing. So when you join a chapter, it's no, I don't want to say, yeah, I don't know, Kurt. I don't know if I want to shut it down and restart it or not. Let's try to drive through a few minutes. I don't want to compare you to the other group that's got a similar name, but is it similar where you can join by the web page?
Yeah, you join on the national website, and then after that you pick which chapter you want to be part of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it just goes from there. It's very simple to join. I mean, it only takes 10 minutes to sign up. Right? It's very easy to join.
Thank you, Kurt. So now, does like you just opened a new chapter? Do you need like your most things a certain amount of people to be considered a chapter?
Yeah, definitely. They require a minimum of 6 to 8 people.
Okay.
To open your chapter up, and then after that, whoever. I mean, if you have more, they just keep adding it to it, and it's very simple.
Thank you, John.
Yep.
So if so do you structure it like inside the chapters? You structure it with a P and a VP and all that stuff?
Now you're getting technical with me.
A president, a vice president, all that shit. Do you do titles like that?
Yeah, as far as that goes, yeah, we have a national first officer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We say first officer for a president.
Okay.
We have a national first officer. Then after that, you have a provincial first officer. And then after that, you have a first officer for your club.
For your chapter.
For your chapter, that's correct.
Right on.
And after that, you pick like your second officer and your third officer and so on. And I mean, some chapters have a financial officer.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, from there, you know, some people will offer to be road captains,
Mhm.
or you can ask who wants to be, and then you just appoint them. You get them to take the course. Um,
What kind of course?
well, it's basically just rules and regulation that explains to them that the best way to go about blocking traffic and taking care of the group, and just for safety more than anything else.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Where do they find the course?
The course is it's online,
Mhm.
but they give the course to different chapters. Whoever has been appointed to give the course does it in different areas.
So it's in house.
Basically, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought, geez, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe there's something online that you can tell other road riding clubs to, hey, if you guys want to know how to be a road captain, go look at this web page or something like that. You know?
Yeah, no, you'd have to be a member in order to sign in to the website and
Okay.
have access to that. Um, I mean, it doesn't. If anybody ever comes with us, I mean, I mean, you can teach them along the way as you're doing it, right?
Right.
Basic, and it'll give them a good idea of how it's done, sort of thing, right?
So,
But
so we. Oh,
the big-
sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, the biggest thing is it's a safety factor, is what it is, right?
Well, no, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So, art of kindness in the chat. I'm going to give this question to you. Um, they say, I want to buy a bike. I've never owned one. What would be a good price range to test? And what kind of bike would you recommend for the first one? Are you big or small, art of kindness? That's the biggest thing that makes a big, like your body size. Are you a big person or a small person?
Well, I'm a heavy person.
Hmm.
So, I mean, as far as your first bike, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go above and beyond a 750. Too much power is no good when you don't know what you're doing. First of all, um, it's you really gotta learn how to manipulate a bike. First of all, before you go too big, and then you just end up hurting yourself. It'll cost you an arm and a leg if you go expensive. Um, I mean, uh, to be honest with you, I don't have a Harley, and it doesn't bother me one bit. Okay?
Not all bikers got to have Harleys, bro.
I don't like to pay $60 for a T-shirt. Well,
Hmm.
just put it to you that way. Now, um, I love the Hondas. I've got an Interstate, and I've got a Shadow, an 1100. Um, these bikes take me to where I go, and I come back with them, and I can go and come back, and sometimes I may have parts in my hand, but I still make it home. You know
That,
what I
okay, thank you, art of kindness.
mean?
That's what I had to do over here too. I had to close. I had a million tabs open. I had to close all my tabs to get rid of the choppies too. As long as everyone's getting it through and it's not driving you crazy, that's all I'm concerned about. So you got into bikes like probably as a kid, dirt bikes and all that stuff, were you?
My first one was a Suzuki 100, a Gopher.
And you said off air that you came from Toronto, so you're not always been out east.
No, I was born in Toronto. We moved down east when I was only like 3 or 4 years old. I grew up. I stayed in New Brunswick here till I was about 16, 17 years old, and then I went back up to Toronto, and I stayed there for for over 30 years, and I've been back and forth in between,
Right on.
a few times. Yeah,
Now out in New Brunswick, you guys already got some beautiful riding places. Isn't that where Bay of Fundy and all that stuff is?
that's correct. Yeah, we've got. I mean, from where I'm situated, we're right up against where Quebec meets with New Brunswick.
Okay.
So we go around the Gaspésian coast as well through Gaspé and all that. Yeah, so that's a nice area to ride. and then we'll go down to PEI. You know, that's a very nice area to ride around there. We actually have a couple of tractors down there as well. And then we have, I mean, we can do the Cabot Trails, very popular,
Right, Cabot Trail as well. Yeah.
you know. And then after that, if we go around the province, the highway goes right around the province. It would be nice, you know, like I'm hoping to hook up with Nakawik so that we could ride together as well next year, right?
Someone asked if you're in the Edmundston area.
Edmondson, I'm about 2.5 hours, 2 hours away, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and Art of Carnius is right, Kurt. Don't ever apologize for letting me know if the show's choppy, bro. Don't apologize. You're always welcome in the chat, brother. Throw whatever's on your mind in the chat. Well, why not, man? It's better to know than not know. I always say.
That's true.
So it's kind of close to Edmundston, but not entirely close. It
No.
depends on how much you want to ride that day.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, if you're gone for a weekend, if it's only a 2 hour ride, it's well worth it, right?
Yeah.
You come down here the day before if you want, if it's too much riding for you, or you know, you can just meet up with us before we leave and away we go.
Now, what's your plans for the chapter? Are you the founder and the president of this particular chapter, or no?
I am.
So, are you going to plan like bike nights and a big charity event, or what kind of stuff you got planned?
Yeah. Now, as far as planning, I have a big event coming up. No one knows about it, so this will be the first time that I talk about it.
Sweet.
Okay. I am doing a coast to coast rally next year, starting on June 13th at 8 a.m. from St. John's, Newfoundland, and I'm going to Victoria, BC.
You're gonna go for it. There's only one other group that I know that does that, the Rolling Barrage.
The Rolling Barrage. Okay. I haven't heard from them.
Yeah, Google them up. I think they're just wrapping up right now out in the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're doing it for veterans.
Okay.
Is their thing.
Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I have a son who is sick. He is schizophrenic.
Oh,
And my grandfather gave him the land where I'm living right now. He was asking for me to make sure that he has it when I'm gone. So this is land that we passed down through the generations. And seeing as how that he's schizophrenic and he will never be able to look after it himself.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put land in trust for him.
Right.
I had what I want to do is build something here for all the stick kids across Canada.
Nice.
And yeah, anybody who has a handicap or through mental wellness, schizophrenic society. As far as that goes, the New Brunswick Mental Association here is 100% behind me. Like I've spoken to a few people, and they're 100% behind me already with this. They're going to support me and support what I'm doing.
It's ambitious.
Right across. I mean, it's an awful lot of work. It's very to get people to give you a hand. So as we're live right now, I would like to ask every bike group across Canada that can team up with us and help us. It would definitely be appreciated. I want this one to be the biggest one ever known.
And that's what the Rolling Barrage does. So just to give you some pointers and some things to put in your head.
Okay, I appreciate that.
They've got a bit of a schedule, so they kind of try to tell you, we're going to be in Sudbury this day, and we'll be in Sault Ste. Marie on that day, and we'll be in, Thunder Bay that day, and they plot it as they go. So, like you say, if there's a bro chapter there, or if there's an abate chapter there, or another RC that wants to help, then they know in advance, and you can set something up, right?
That's the whole idea, and that's why I'm doing this. Basically, like I got till June of next year to kick this off. So, like, I'm working on it 6 hours a day right now, minimum,
Yeah.
uh, to get closer and closer to do this now.
If
So
if
my
you
biggest thing right now is to contact like all the bikers, the biker groups, and shit that and
Mhm,
ask them if they can join in and do a fundraiser uh,
mhm.
for my son and that. Now this is all going towards this um, sort of. I mean, I'd love to do what you would call a Disneyland here for these kids.
Right.
Okay, like I'm going to have a firm here. I'm going to have different events. Like there's nothing nicer to look at than a kid that is um, that is sick, that has a mental condition or whatever, have a big smile on his
Have
face.
a big smile. You're right. Now let me interrupt you for 1 sec, bro. So Kurt wanted to say this. Bob, these interviews are killing it with good people. John, you are a good man. I agree with you very much. And Mama Iron Range, she's a fan from America. Thank you for joining us, Mama Iron Range. 81. And Mouth of the South dropped in, and he wants me to put up a link where he can send some support, which I will do. I'll put a link 100% to the main. Do you want the link sent to the main CMC website, or do you want to give me a different link?
No, I'm going to have to give you a different link because
Okay.
I can only incorporate CMC so much with this.
Right.
But then let's see, because I don't have the foundation registered right now.
Yeah.
Hey, before I registered it, I wanted to make sure that everything was going to go smooth.
Yeah.
That the mental institutions right across Canada are going to support us,
Yeah.
and so is the schizophrenic societies. Um, I need to make sure that everybody is okay with this. That nobody's going to try and sue us later on for this for any. You know what I'm saying, right?
And you got to make sure that if you're raising money, that when you turn around and give the money away to somebody, that it gets used for what you wanted it used for,
Oh, it's just going on land here in the back.
or
I'm
even that. Yeah, that's even better.
yeah, I'm donating 50 acres for this.
Right. See,
Okay.
now my son's autistic, and there's tons of autistic rides and societies, but you don't hear talked very much about schizophrenia and having societies for that condition.
Yeah. Well, the autistic kids are going to be more than welcome here, Bob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hoping that everything goes well and we get this. It's going to happen. I mean, there's no way. I mean, at at our age, um, this is what I'm going to make sure that is done before I go.
This is your thing.
This is my thing now. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm going to put everything into it. So it is going to happen. When I say something's going to happen, I'll make it happen. It's just whether it's easier or harder, it doesn't matter. It's obviously going to be both, but I'm going to make it happen here. Okay.
That is.
And so, yeah, I mean, hey, one summer, yeah, it would be nice if you did pull in here, you know?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that'd be great.
as I was saying, I have yet to contact all the CMC chapters to invite them with this. Um, so this is going to happen in the near future, right?
Good for you.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you got a lot. You got a lot of stuff to plan out right now. I you know what I mean? Because you
We're-
got to play, And Mama Heart Ranger, she said a heartwarming topic. See, Mama Heart Ranger, that's why my channel differs from the other biker news channels, where I go and I find last night's interview. Last night's interview was very special to me also. I didn't know that much about native stuff. And,
Yeah.
and he was well spoken, and he told me a lot of information I didn't know.
Yeah, Lennox was very nice.
Yeah, he was a great guy. And now I'm meeting you, and you've got this vision, and it's a big vision.
It's going to happen. I mean, even like you say, you have a lot of bikers in the States watching your show as well. Everybody's invited. Anybody who wants to follow us is more than welcome.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's for a good cause. So everybody is invited.
Yeah.
I want to do trucks as well, but I think it's going to be too hard. I mean, it's hard to find parking for 50 trucks or 100 trucks or whatever.
Right.
To have a bunch, a big group of motorcycles as well. But
you can park them downtown Ottawa.
Yeah. But
honk your horns.
Follow us, they're more than welcome as well.
That's going to be awesome, man, when you get it all set up. Now, have you already thought of names and themes and stuff like that?
Well, it's called the John Ryan Foundation.
Okay.
All right. My son's name is John Ryan. And then after that, I've got different names for different areas on the land. Like for the farm, it's going to be called Willie's Ranch. That's my grandfather's name, by the way.
Okay. Good man, eh? What a nice man leaving that for his grandson.
Yeah.
Your father.
Yeah, my grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather even, yeah.
Great grandfather that left it to him.
So we're talking about 4 generations already.
Yeah. Yeah. He was sitting at the table with us when my grandfather told me that. John Ryan was sitting there with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now John Ryan only got sick when he turned 23 years old. Okay.
Strange, eh?
Yeah, I was taking him. Actually, we were living in Milton, Ontario at the time, and I was taking him to college.
Bye, Bobby.
He was accepted over at the college in Hamilton. Blackhawk? Is it Blackhawk?
Yeah. No, it's something like that. What is it down there?
Something.
Yeah.
Mohawk
College. Yeah.
He was accepted in Mohawk College, and I was taking him there that morning for his first day, and I ended up taking him to the hospital because he was, he could hear voices and he could see different lights and beams. He was talking. He didn't make no sense at all. So I took him to the hospital, and I thought the boys. He went out with his friends the night before, and I thought, well, maybe somebody put something in his drink or whatever, right? Because he never drank in his life. He'd have a glass of wine maybe once a year. He never drank, never smoked, never did drugs in his life, and I know that for a fact. Seriously.
Isn't that crazy, eh?
Yeah, and I guess he was born with it, and it just opened up that moment.
And it just kind of came on.
Yeah, it just came on overnight. He was good one day, the next day he was there.
Wow.
And he lost basically the rest of whatever, he was disabled the next day.
Now, what kind of I don't know how to ask this without sounding like an asshole, because I don't want to come across that way. So what kind of effects on his day-to-day life? Did his whole life just switch that day, sort of thing?
It did. I had to take him. Actually, they kept him in the hospital. From Milton, I had to go down to Oakville, and I brought him down there, and and they kept them there. And then I got them to explain to me what was going on because I had no idea.
Right. You'd be losing your mind.
I was, and they started asking him questions if he wanted to hurt himself and that sort of thing. And I mean, he's never done that in his life, you know.
Right.
So that's when I found out. I learned about psychosis that day.
All in a rush job.
That's it.
You,
That's it.
you, had, you had no choice.
And then we had to deal with it from there on. And I ended up with a divorce. Not very long after that.
Oh,
Uh,
that's another kick in the crotch.
just too much because it wasn't his mother that I was married to at the time,
Hmm.
but at the same time, uh, his mother never bothered with him too much after that.
I hate that. That's what my ex-wife. She's in Quebec. She hasn't even fucking called the kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Well,
that sort of stuff makes me pissed off.
yeah. Well, she calls him twice a year, Christmas and
Yeah,
his birthday, and that's it. You know.
that's horrible.
Yeah,
Now, what's his daily life like? Like, does he get to hang out and do stuff, or is he
um,
kind of
yeah,
somewhere?
he doesn't do hardly anything. Um, his pills are so strong that he's like basically he's stoned every day, more or less, right?
Is he home with you?
He is right now. I mean, he lives in a home when I'm at work, and I like I've got him set up to go to a home. Yeah, I've got him
Hmm.
with me today. Like I'll go get him for 3 or 4 days, and then after that, I bring him back. And then when I go away to work or whatever, then he stays there. He's in a good place. The people are good. He's got kids of his age there. Um, he's older today, but he's never he dropped down to a 12-year-old and he stayed there after that. You know,
Isn't that incredible? That's exactly like what I have. So it's like a perpetual, and for that, for me, I consider myself very fortunate. You know what I mean? Like, I have a blood cousin who I think my aunt and uncle just have to put him in care now because he's big, and for whatever reason, he's started to be aggressive, and
okay,
and he's a big boy too, and
yeah,
so unfortunately, you know what I mean. It's he's going into long term care facility now,
yeah.
which is it's got to be ripping it out, ripping my aunt and uncle's hearts out, right? You're telling our story, John. I see it in my brother. So Kurt knows exactly where you're coming from. He's been down here. Are you on the same journey? That sucks, eh? But you know what? That's what I like about this channel and this group. And hey, Stefano, thanks for coming, brother. Is it seems to be everyone I find here is a good fucking person.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And so you got tons on your plate, but rather than retreating into yourself, you're going to do something big and see how many other people in the same position you can help out because we know there's more people in your position.
I want to invite everybody. Like I say, this place is going to be open to every kid with a mental disability or schizophrenia or any type of handicap, right?
Now, what's your vision for the place? Is it like a fun farm that you can play in, or is it like an amusement park style atmosphere, or is
Actually,
it like cabins and we can do activities, or what's your vision?
that's the plan. That's the plan. To make happens there. What the one thing that doesn't exist, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to think about this, especially if anybody are investors.
Hmm.
uh, There's no place for families to bring their kids
For vacation,
for a vacation and them separating from them. Have somebody look after
right,
while they're here. They're going to be with them every night.
right,
If the parents, I'm up against Crown Land here, okay,
okay,
and um, I'm right up against the NB trails. Okay, so if the parents come here, they want to go four-wheeling, if they want to go snowmobiling in the wintertime, uh, we're gonna, like, I'm looking at that. I want, horse sled rides, or buggy rides in the summertime. Um, and if we can, if
Mhm.
we can, I'd like to build a theater.
Oh,
Uh,
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to build a theater. Like, I've got so many different ideals.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with budget and with, um,
How many people you have is a big factor too.
oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
like one man can't stretch himself eight directions.
No, no, no.
It's
But
impossible.
it's gonna grow as I grow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It'll grow as I grow, and we'll go from there. We're definitely gonna have, we're gonna have a board of members, uh,
Mhm.
and a bunch of people. I want to pick smart people to do this the right way.
Yeah,
So what happens is when I'm gone, I want this to make to
to
I
keep
want to
going.
make sure that this is going to uh, make sure that my son is okay for the
Yeah,
rest of his life,
yeah,
and then it'll go to the Canadian or the Schizophrenic associations,
and make it perpetual.
whoever wants to take it over, and I want it to keep going. Like, I don't ever want it to shut down.
Right. And Lulu in the chat, she says, I got a cousin with schizophrenia. She's in her late 60s and has been in the group home for 45 years ish. She understand, or they understand. And
Yeah.
Stefano, good to see you, bro. And he just says, truly sorry to hear what you're going through. No, and you know what? So that's a big part of it because you probably won't get a parent to drop off their child there. Like I wouldn't, but
No, no.
you'll get them
With
to stay there with their child.
You'd be there every night with them, and if you can go for a snowmobile ride or whatever, he's going to be in good hands.
Right. And you know, and you feel comfortable about it,
Feel
right?
comfortable about it, so you can go away for a few hours and enjoy yourself for a little bit, which you don't get to do,
Yeah.
with have them with you all the time. Um, and that's going to be a big part of what I'm doing here as well.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, you know, and like for the newer people who have, I'd like to get an office building up as well with different locals. Like for the newer people to learn about their kids, um,
To learn about the condition itself.
the condition itself, so that, and have people come in and teach them about it. Because when I was in Milton, uh,
Mhm.
we did seminars, which lasted, a couple of weeks long every night, or every Tuesday night, or I forget now. But they would explain everything. And you know what? I was one of the lucky ones out of all the whole group, uh, especially because my son was never violent,
Yeah.
and
Very lucky.
and he always listened to me.
So if you say take your meds, he takes his meds.
That's it. There's no two ways about it. You just take them and get this over with, right?
Yeah. But
That,
if there's nobody there to tell him, will he remember, or you don't want to go down that road and find out?
sorry.
If there's nobody to remind him to take his meds, if he happened to be alone, would he take him?
No, he would forget them.
Okay.
Yeah, he would forget it. He, I mean, a lot of times he'll mention it, but you can't depend on it, sort of thing.
Right, right,
Because as soon as you don't depend on it, he won't take them.
right.
But
Yeah.
if you're there, he'll tell you it's time for him to take his meds. It's
Well,
weird,
that's good.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my son does that with certain things too. Yeah. And
Yeah,
Stefano says an outdoor movie theater would be fantastic. Projector on a white wall. It's like a picnic and a movie all at the same time in the park. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
We have
that,
a
yeah,
drive theater.
that's something you can vision, right? You can envision that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take everybody's ideals, and
Yeah.
everybody that has something to offer. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm recording everything,
Yeah, exactly.
you know. And but like I say, yeah, I'm hoping to um, get biker companies that are going that like not companies but clubs uh, that are gonna follow. I'm hoping to get some sort of app so that people can follow where I am at the time during the day,
Mhm.
whatever, as we progress. Um, on the highway or whatever, they can keep track of us so that they'll know. They'll be able to get ready for certain things that we do and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
like you say, the ride, if you get it set up properly, as you roll into the next community, hopefully you'll have somebody there to meet you and something set up that's for donations, and
yeah,
then for people to ride out with you to the next community,
that's the whole idea.
and it keeps growing that way.
Forgot to mention as well, I am going to have a gentleman do the whole thing with me. His name is Matthew Dixon. A few years back, he did it on a 10-speed bike across Canada, and he cured himself from schizophrenia. He cured himself when he was 20 years old. He cured himself from being schizophrenic, and he's been promoting it. He's got a website right now. It's called MindAid .ca, and I'm pretty sure it's .ca or .com, one or the other. And he's been on every radio station and every TV station across Canada when he did this, and he is going to be riding with us.
Wow, that's really cool.
And so far, I've got 3 people that are doing it with me.
Yeah,
Yeah, right across Canada.
100%. They're committed. They're going.
Yeah,
That's beautiful, man.
yeah,
And Mama Iron Range, Mama Iron Ranger 81 said, "My heart is so full from this podcast tonight. Wow, what a couple of huge-hearted, loving fathers. Ugh, huge inspiration you guys are. If only that was as widespread as struggles." Well, exactly. And I won't ever lie about it. I struggle. I do, but
yeah,
I do what I got to do. I do struggle, and sometimes I feel the weight of it on me too. It gets heavy sometimes.
yeah,
It does.
yeah. But I mean, as long as he's okay, I'm okay.
Right,
You know,
right,
uh,
right. That's exactly how it is. At the end of the day, if he's happy and content, whatever I had to do to get him there, I don't care.
that's it. That's it.
Because he's my boy. And
Yeah,
Mama Iron Rangers 81 also says kinesiology is huge as well. You can change your life. Just something else to look into,
okay.
which is something I didn't know that was related to mental health and and I don't know. It's kind of different with some of these conditions, like your son and my son. They're different conditions. Like Matt had it his whole life, and it took until a friend of mine's wife said, because he was always just a little bit different from the other kids, right? And
Yeah,
my ex-wife was jamming him through regular school and French immersion school to make it harder on him. And
yeah.
no friends, nobody invited him to play, all that shit his whole life, right?
Yeah, same
And
thing with my son. It was
and
the same thing. My son was always a little bit slower, but he always got it done. He
yeah,
got it done. He wanted to be a welder fitter at Mohawk,
yeah,
and he went and did some upgrading after he graduated to do this. Up until like he worked at it till he was accepted.
good for him.
Yeah. So I always took him longer to get it done, but he always got it done until
So
he kicked, right?
so there was always something just there was always something there with him.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I never ever discouraged him from anything. I always encouraged him, no matter what he was doing. I always encouraged him, right?
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
So because eventually it kicks in, right?
Yeah. So it almost sounds like you guys kind of knew there was going to be a change coming down the road at some point.
Well, I was sort of yeah, I guess a sign.
And see with my son, it took him until I actually took him to a psychiatrist, and the first psychiatrist says, "Ah, he's just slow. He'll be fine." And I'm like, "No, he's not just slow. There's something more here." It took a whole nother year of me barking and begging and phone calling and whatever to get in front of another psychiatrist. He spoke to him for 3 minutes and he said, "Your son's autistic." I said, "I knew he was. I needed something put on paper so we can figure out what our next steps are, right?"
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that's I just want to make sure that he's okay when I'm not around.
Right.
He'll always have something, and and like I say, he's with a good group now where he's staying. Uh,
Good.
but it's just going to be more or less a safety for him. The way that I'm going to set this up.
Yeah. Yep. Set up with a trust and make sure what you got to do, right? Exactly.
So that he's okay, right? When I'm gone, because there's nobody. What I forgot to mention as well. There's nobody after me.
Right.
There's no
Right.
more family. There's no more family. I'm his last one.
But there's no brothers and sisters.
No brothers, no sisters, no.
I'm fortunate. He's got an older sister, and she promises me she'll never make him live alone. That's all I want.
Yeah,
That's all I want. I don't ever want to picture him in an apartment because they'll do it. And a worker comes in at the beginning of the day, and a worker comes in and makes sure that they eat, and then they get enough ODSP to pay your rent, to buy your food, and you sit there the rest of your life staring at the TV and playing on the computer. I don't want to picture that,
yeah. No, 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 no.
you know.
I don't blame you one bit.
And Stefano says all of us dads struggle, but we're tough to suck it up and do what needs to be done and make it right. And that's exactly what we do. It's heartwarming to actually hear men talk about it publicly. Thanks, Stefano. I don't ever try to hide the fact of my son and how we do things. And it's him and I. You know what I mean? It's him and I, and we got a routine and everything worked out. And that's what I found autistic people need is a routine.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
need a routine.
That they do need a routine. But with my son, you can sit down and talk to him,
Yeah, yeah, me too.
and it would take you a while to figure out that he's sick,
Hmm.
right? At times when he gets really into it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you and I are talking like this, and he's
Hmm.
sitting beside me right now, he'd be talking to the voice. Like he hears 6 people constantly, every day, all day long.
Man, oh man, eh? And
He's
yeah,
got,
I find that's really cool that he can, or maybe not cool is the way to say, but that he can explain to you what he's going through.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
He's got his good voices and his bad voices, and he knows the difference. So when a
Wow,
bad voice tells him to do something, he argues with it, right?
really?
Yeah. If a bad voice tells him to break a glass or whatever, you can hear him arguing with him.
No shit, eh? That's something.
Yeah, yeah.
Mouth of the South says, what kind of big farmer did they put him on? Oh, the regiment.
He's got so many different bills that they're giving him.
Did it take a while to fine tune it?
It took a long time. It took close to 8 months to regulate him. Yeah, yeah. When my mother was alive, she looked after him for about a year and a half for me. Because at that time I had just went through a divorce. I had just bought a house at another place, and I had a full time job for GE. I had a 9 to 5,
Hmm.
and I had 5 plow trucks
Oh.
when I lived in Milton as well.
Hmm.
That I was doing at night, so I could go up to 3 days and watch 3 sunsets and not go to bed, sort of thing. And I had my own shop over there, so I was running day and night. I was running ragged.
Wow.
And my mother brought him down here in New Brunswick. She was from New Brunswick, and she kept him for a year and a half. And then he came to a point where his pills didn't work for him anymore.
Right.
So I came down and brought him. I picked him up and I brought him up to Homewood in Guelph.
And
And
and then they had to start fine tuning again.
exactly, they had to regulate him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good, Ricky. Thanks for coming along and checking out the show, bro. Thanks for asking. Mouth of the South, he says, when I was in the joint, I seen the doc put lots of people on Seroquel and packs for bipolar. Was sickening to see. I seen that a lot of times too down in the joints, and they do that just to make them docile, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and unfortunately,
It's much-
you gain a ton of weight on Seroquel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, um, Seroquel it has got a lot of side effects.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen my son. They gave him Seroquel. He couldn't handle it because his hands would all bend and he'd go right handicapped.
Oh, horrible!
Yeah, his hands would bend, and then they had to give him another pill to fight that. And that would take a half an hour, and then all of a sudden he'd be able to use his hands and his arms again.
Wow.
Yeah,
I used to trade the guys inside for Seroquel when I wanted a good night's sleep because a lot of times you don't really sleep in a place like that. The lights are on, they're banging shit all night. Somebody's yelling on the range. You don't really. So when you're like, ugh, and then somebody on the range has got some, I'll make him a little deal and eat one at night. But
yeah,
man, oh man, the next morning the hangover was horrible.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then this week I just found out my poor old dog he's like the best dog I've ever owned. An incredible dog, a boxer. It
yeah.
just loves the hell out of me. And the other day, one side of his face drooped down. And then I looked through to see what, I figured stroke or something, right? He's about 10, which is old for a boxer dog. And the white of his eye where the face is drooped is black. And my son said he looked on Google and it's one of the things is probably cancer. So I think the poor boy's got cancer, man.
Oh,
He's the best dog I ever had. You know what I mean? He's laying right there right now while I'm doing this.
that hits you where it hurts as well.
And he started sticking to me a lot last week. And I was like they're pretty sticky dogs, boxers anyway.
Yeah,
They follow you from room to room. They wherever you are they want to be with you. But then, and he sleeps in my bed. Always has since I brought him home, and but now he's like laying on me almost like, come on, man, get off me, right? It's a queen
yeah,
bed. We got room for both of us, so that's why the poor guy's getting sick, man.
yeah,
I'm gonna cry my eyes out when he goes, man. I love this dog.
yeah.
He's the
That's
shit.
the worst part about getting a dog or a cat or
Yeah.
any pets, right?
But it's coming, right?
Yeah,
It's part of being a pet owner is
that,
you give them a great life and you're gonna outlive them.
that's it. That's it.
I've had to put Rottweilers down and Labs down, and then I got another dog for my son. And since I picked her up as a baby, I always get my dogs as babies. So at the time he was living with his mom, and he would come to my place on the weekends, and I had his own bedroom set up for him and stuff.
Yeah,
As soon as she met him, she sensed that he was different, and she's always slept in his bed. And since he's been about grade 7 or 8, he's been with me. So 12 or 13 years old, he came to me, and and she's always been with him ever his whole life. She knew,
yeah,
and she'll stand between me and him, or if the voices are getting raised, she always goes and stands right by him. She's a really good dog, that girl.
yeah,
I think dogs are really good. And I think kids with stuff like that, different mental illnesses, a lot of times animals and dogs are good for them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely. It's one of
Yeah.
best medicine. Um, it's good for all sick kids. I mean, they have them. they have animals going to the hospitals nowadays to visit patients and stuff too, right? You've seen that before, right?
Yep. Bringing the animal therapy.
Yeah, that's
So
it's very
mouth
good.
mouth of the South, bro. Send me a message, a private message one day, and we'll chat. Okay? Maybe I will bring you up for an interview, bro. I don't mind if we can do it something about bikers and all that. I'm in. And Frank, thanks for coming along, brother. I appreciate you coming in for the hour. We've been going for a while, so that's awesome. And thanks, Frank. Anyway, we'll see you again soon, brother. And Kurt, you're heading out too. Thank you also, Kurt. And what are we going to call the tour, John? Kurt
It's
wants to know.
going to be called the John Ryan Foundation Tour. Um, yeah, so on June 13th, 8 a.m., I leave St. John's, Newfoundland, and I'm working my way across. I'm going to stop in every major city along the way. I'm going to go down through, like, I'm going to do PEI, I'm going to do Nova Scotia. I want to do like Halifax, and I'm going to try to go around um, Greenwood and those areas. Come back out through Kentville and do a circle there, and then after that, head back out and do New Brunswick, and then do all the major cities in New Brunswick, and then after that, keep going, keep going. There's a lot. We have actually, there's something I'd like to mention as well. We have 38 chapters. CMC has 67 chapters in total,
Hmm.
and 38 of them, I think, are in Ontario.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So it'll be a while to get out of Ontario.
yeah, it's going to take, it's going to be a while. So I'm hoping that everybody pitches in and gives us a hand. I would like to make this, as I said, I would like to make this the biggest one ever done.
Yeah.
Um, I want this one to be one for the books, and have a lot of fun while we're doing it, and so that we can spread the word
Okay.
royally, spread the word. I'd like to, while I'm on here, I'd like to thank our president, our national president, which is Mark Vass, for helping me set this up and having it all done by tonight. And Arma, which is a digital, or she looks after the website,
Hmm.
and they made it happen tonight before the show, which I'm very grateful for. So I want to thank them very much for this.
Yeah.
Um,
Stefano wants to know, do you know if CMC has a chapter in Edmonton?
yeah, oh yeah, they got one in Edmonton. There's a bunch of them there's quite a few of them in Alberta. I think there's 6 in Alberta, if I'm not
It's
mistaken.
a big motorcycle community in Alberta, man.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people doing a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, any bike chapter that wants to join us, they're more than welcome. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, have you got somebody who's going to, I can't volunteer my time to come with, but I can volunteer my time that anytime you want to jump on like we are today and give an update, tell you where you've been, tell you where you're going, you just let me know and I'll bring you on.
I appreciate that, Bob.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be on Thursday, whenever you want to, bro.
Yeah, because I know people are going to love your show. You're going to get bigger and bigger all the time. I know you are, because you have a good attitude, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You know what? That's all we can do is keep trying. I just can't keep trying to make it better all the time.
You're
And
you're going to do it.
and get lucky and meet people like you to bring up for interviews.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, bro. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just so Kurt wants to know. He probably said it. What we're gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna get all the information from John and put it all in the description of the YouTube show, okay? Because I can edit that and put it in anytime. So you know what I mean? I'll put the date, the starting point, everything that John knows. I'll put it in. And even stuff, if he doesn't know it for a couple months, I'll come back and put it in and just get you guys, keep you guys up to date.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Bob, when I'm definitely going to get in touch with you later and give you all the information you need, and we can go from there.
Yeah, man, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. And then I plan on, I at the same time, we can advertise you as we
Yeah,
go on right across Canada.
exactly. Well, let's get this thing happening. I got a good feeling about this channel. I love it. I love doing it, and I think it comes through when we're out there having a conversation.
It's going to happen. You're making it happen now.
And the next thing I got to do is just bring it on the road. That'll be next summer.
Great.
Bring it on the road, man.
Hey, what's stopping you from meeting us when we get it?
Exactly.
Where are you now?
Exactly. I'm in London, Ontario. I'm pretty central.
Then okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty good location. It's not far from anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm assuming you'll be heading north when you get to the 400, but
Well,
that's only 2 hours away from me.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna stop in Toronto, and then I'm gonna ask the chapters and whoever wants to come and meet us in Toronto. We'll just stay there a few more days. That's all.
It's
It,
exactly.
so that it works out for everybody.
Yeah,
But that's why I want to get this app. I have no idea which type of app I can use so
yeah.
that people can follow me, but they can plan ahead of time that way. You know?
Make sure you ask the right person. Having an app built for you doesn't cost that much money anymore.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm going to find out from you about that later on as well.
yeah.
Then.
That and there's a couple things I might be able to put you in contact with somebody who can point you in the right direction for a good lawyer to become nonprofit and all that stuff too.
Okay, great.
Just somebody that's done it, and they'll say use these people, and it'll make your life easier.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we all love this channel. Bring it on the road, especially in Alberta. That's in my head next summer, guys. I want to take this channel on the road this next summer on two wheels. If I haven't bought my own, I'm gonna talk to a Harley dealership or somebody into lending me a fucking bike for the summer.
Well, Bob, you got till
You
June.
know,
If you help us all the way up, we'd be glad to have you with us.
exactly, bro. And I just
We'd have a great time.
and if things are really go the way that I've got them in this direction, I'm supposed to start a job teaching, so which will give me the summer off.
Oh, nice.
And I've got my own heating and cooling company.
Perfect.
I hire a couple kids to keep my installs going. And as long as I come back here, my son, I got to make sure I come back every couple of days and check out with Matthew where he's at. But he's okay. My mom's very close. He's got family.
Good.
I'll
Good.
never leave him alone. But I think I could skip away. I got to get across the country on a bike. It's something that, as a biker and being Canadian, I feel I have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
you're fun if you can hook up with us.
Yeah, and there'll be guys like you guys hook up with the people I meet, like Stefano in the chat. Like Stefano's offered me 100 times to fly out to, and he'll give me a bike and a place to stay and just hang out for a week. He's great
Yeah.
people on this channel, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you can come down here anytime you like, Bob.
yeah, that's true, Kurt. That's true. People sitting and talking bike shit, and life works no matter where you come from. You're right, Kurt. That is true. Come and build one with me and we'll work it out for you. Easy peasy. See? And Stefano's always there with the offers, man. But
See?
but listen, bro. Was there more stuff that you wanted to get in there? I think you had way more to talk about than I thought you did, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to get the word out there, and I appreciate you letting me do this.
Yeah, man.
I hope that we can, I can hook up with a lot of groups along the way,
Yeah.
and that we could do something with this. Like I want this to be the biggest one.
Good. Yeah. Oh, well, this
So
is our starting point, bro. This is our starting point. They know about it now.
that's it. That's it. And I mean, it's gonna be a lot more. We're working on I'm working on flyers right now and that sort of thing. Now I might be going on the road again in a few weeks. I'm not sure. Nothing's 100%. But I used to drive coast to coast. I was a truck driver. Okay.
Mhm.
And I might be going back to it specifically for this.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want my flyers. I want to talk to people, truckers about it. Like I'm going to stop in different places. I need I need places to stop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
well,
truck stop, that sort of thing.
stay in contact with the people on the Facebook group of Biker News Canada.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll make some friends in there, and that'll give you some more people to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
And post as much as you want to in the group as well.
Okay, I appreciate that, Bob.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got 11,000 people now. You may as well get your message out.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate it. We're going to need it, that's for sure.
Yep, yep. And we'll keep this thing growing, and I'll help you any way I can, John.
Okay, I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. I think we'll wrap it up there, man. Are you good? I just
I'm
want
good.
to make sure you're good. I don't want to cut you short or nothing.
Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good for now. Perfect.
All right, man. Much love and respect, John. It was a pleasure to meet you.
All right, same here. Thank you very much, and you have a good night.
You too, brother. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. All right, guys. That was a great interview. Thanks, Dave. That was great. It was a pleasure to meet John. So if you're interested, in his big ride across Canada, as the info comes, I'll put it in the links in the description, and of course, Canadian Motorcycle Cruisers. If you want to become a member of the riding club, it's a website. So Canadian Motorcycle Cruisers.ca, and bada bing, bada boom, man. You're in a cool little riding club or big riding club. They're coast to coast. So thanks to all you guys who came in the chat, man. You guys made the show great again, as you do. Thank you, Stefano, Mouth of the South, Backup, Dave, all you guys. Mama Iron Ranger 81, thank you very much for checking it out. Kurt, a pleasure. And all you guys, man, it was wicked tonight. Thank you guys so much for making it a good show. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow around 8 o'clock, and we'll talk about the events that are still going on. There's still shit going on the weekends. So whatever I've found on Facebook, I'll bring it all to you in one show tomorrow night, guys. Till then, keep the two wheels down on the pavement and be safe, and much love, guys. Thank you very much. Good night.